Good morning with chronically happy and stormy dog in the back. I am on my way to my Chiro appointment. Today's Dashcam diary of a disabled, steroids. I am in extreme pain this morning. I am definitely in a big flare. This is what happens when you hold your feelings in when you got chronic illness. This is what happens. And if I get too stressed out on top of emotional grief and loss and sadness, and my freaking primary care doctor's on vacation. He's out of office, slammed up until he gets back from office, and I have my appointment with him in August, but man, so I have blood work drawn on my appointment on Monday, confirming that my white blood cells, in particular my monocytes, a type of white blood cell, is high, indicating autoimmune disease. For me, I mean, it could mean a possible many number of things, but for me, it's my autoimmune flare. Either by my thyroid or just my overall just inflammation everywhere. Inflammation causing pain and swelling and edema. And I'm freaking tired of it this morning. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, that's for sure. As I laugh through my tears, I am just tired of this crap. What means I'm going to have to call urgent care and see some doctor that doesn't even know me to give me some freaking prednisone that I don't have any money for the copay for. Luckily it's only like $12 or something small. I popped my freaking ball and socket joint out this morning first thing. And it always starts off a bad day when I start popping things right up from the get-go when I get out of bed. Or get up out of bed. The fact that my hands are just so flippin' swollen right now. I'm in an outside environment, that I'm allergic to almost every tree and grass that's surrounding me. So I understand my mast cell load and histamine load is high, which kicks off the mast cell activation syndrome symptoms. I've had a little bit of anaphylaxis lately, mild anaphylaxis. It's not to the point where I can't breathe kind of thing. Like, you only have so big of a bucket for histamine and the mast cell allergic sensitivity reactions. Well, my mother trucker is full right now and overflowing. So that is helping contribute to all of its cumulative. I can't say it. It all accumulates and it all contributes to the overall problems that I'm dealing with. My emotional, mental state does affect my physical state immensely, more so than the average. And I'm just that much more sensitive to everything. It doesn't make it any easier, really, even understanding it all. It helps me figure out what treatment I need. And as much as I really don't want the damn steroids, I just need a little bit of a break with this inflammation. It's to the point where I just need a little bit of a break. I can't get into any other doctor doctors faster or sooner. I'm on wait lists. And this is just the type of action that's going to give me the power to power through. And the steroids are going to make me feel so much better. They will help me. I know it pains some of you to watch me cry. I'm sorry. It's uncomfortable because you start to feel that empathy for me. The feelings are uncomfortable. I don't necessarily like feeling them either, but it's worse to hold them in. Believe me, it's worse to hold it in. I can smile because I know this. It's worse if I don't feel these. Please, you've got to understand. Feelings are great, an outlet. When I can't have another outlet right now because I'm in too much pain, like working out is a great outlet. It helps relieve the stress. Art therapy helps, but art is also harmful for me right now too with the pain. I can't even enjoy the art process because I'm in pain and the inflammation is hard. I try my best not to shut down and hermit and lock myself away like I always do when I get flared. I either give into it and just sleep for freaking weeks and rest until my body decides it's going to stop flaring. Or I get some damn steroids, call urgent care, suck it up, explain to the doctor, I know my body, please just listen to me, please just prescribe me a methylprednisolone pack. And then once my doctor comes back, he can prescribe me a second one so I can wean off of it. Because it takes me 2 packs to wean off. If I had a freaking immunologist office that was worth a damn, that would answer the freaking phones, submit the flipping paperwork they're supposed to. It just irks me so much because I'm right in the same medical PTSD I dealt with the VA. Feeling helpless and not having the correct support from the doctor's offices for them doing their freaking jobs. I have to do it for them, but when I'm in pain like this, I don't want to do a damn thing for anybody but myself. Because I want myself to feel better first, so that I'm not lashing out at others. I just having a victim mindset of like, you did this, you are not doing what you're supposed to. But I'm taking proactive steps to fix that by getting a new immunologist. And I can't get in until January. Here is my primary immunodeficiency disease, not being treated with my infusions. I can't help but feel a little bit jealous about my friend that I just unfriended. That she was getting the infusions that I freaking need so freaking bad. With the same kind of insurance. It just makes me so mad that somebody like that that's not taking care of herself and not really doing what she needs to do for herself to get her body out of the sickness cycle. It just makes me a little bit mad. It's a long fight having any autoimmune disease, let alone getting the right freaking treatment and getting a doctor to believe you in your symptoms. General practitioners are hardest to deal with because they're not specialists in the area. They aren't specialists in my body. I'm an expert in my own medical diseases and treatments that help me from experience of trying so many different things. You wouldn't think, I don't know why people blame chronic illness people, disabled why normies put the blame on them or try to like, have you tried yoga? Have you tried this? No, mother trucker, I haven't tried a damn thing, and I'm just trying to be a pity party and be a victim. No. There are some people out there like that, but I'm not one of those people. I accept that I have these issues, and acceptance comes with grief. I'm grieving that my body isn't working like it should, but I know what I need to do, and what I need to do is still unpleasant. I don't want to do it, but if I want to feel better, which I do, I'm sorry, feeling better trumps my feelings of like, I don't want to deal with the phone calls and making an appointment and seeing some doctor I don't know that might gaslight me. But yeah, the other alternative is going to the ER, and I'd rather not do that. At least with urgent care, I have somewhat caring of doctors that work with the doctor that treats me regularly. So I really have a 50-50 chance of what doctor I get in urgent care versus ER. At least with the ER, at least with urgent care, I feel like they're a little more compassionate. I feel like people that don't have doctors and don't have any medical staff looking after them and taking care of them, the doctors are just, the ER doctors are fed up with that type of thing, and they're tired of seeing people go in there for stupid things when it's supposed to be for a life and death thing. My life or death thing is very slow, and I'm not going to die immediately. I'm just slowly dying, just like everybody in the world. We're all slowly dying, all of us. You're slowly dying the moment you're born. Really. You have a timer, you have a clock. Things can change. You can change. You can have the choice of what happens in your life. And some people choose not to go for life, and they choose the opposite because they just cannot take it anymore. I can't take this pain anymore, but I'm not suicidal. I'm not. I might need to put a trigger warning because of the topic. I may need to put that at the top. I should put that at the top of some of them. Maybe I should do a trigger warning. I am going to cry in this video. Trigger warning. If you cannot handle the unpleasant feelings of empathy of wanting to cry with me, I apologize. I try the best that I can, but I've got to feel my feelings, and this is where I feel them. I feel like it's a good learning experience for me and for others, and I feel like I get stronger from it, and it gives me the power to change my feelings. Once I speak it, get it off my chest. PTSD is basically just not feeling your feelings and processing the feelings that you need to process for your body and your mind to move on. PTSD is trapped feelings that you are not able to feel or speak. And sometimes people are not able to even write it. Writing it out, speaking it out, letting it out is a way of releasing those feelings and releasing it as part of moving on and moving forward and leaving it behind by speaking it and getting it off your chest. Just imagine like in a meditative type state that I do long showers. I love showers. Showers help me get my body all to one temperature, and it helps me feel good. I don't have blood pooling, and I had some major gas problems this morning. And I know damn well my eating habits are contributing to this. On top of, I'm eating out of grief. I'm call it comfort food, but really my one therapist several years ago asked me, he's like, really, is it comfort? Because it seems to cause you discomfort. Then why do people call it comfort food? Comfort food is just routine, and you're stuck in that routine, and you're not able to get out of that routine. You haven't found a different coping mechanism to deal with whatever it is you're dealing with, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. As a way of not coping. But it is coping, but it's making things worse for yourself. Like, how is that? It's kind of counterproductive. It sure tastes good, and I enjoy the feeling of it when I eat it, and it brings me happiness and joy. But then the after effects are not. I hate to say it, they're really just not worth it. They're not worth it to get to this point with autoimmune disease and not clean eating. And I bought the things that I need to eat cleaner. Right now, I love fruit. Fruit is my natural sugar versus eating artificial sugar in processed food. I need to change it from unnatural to all natural sugars in fruit. They can still spike up, like for diabetes and insulin resistance. That's why some people just can't eat fruit with diabetes. I learned that. I was doing a crash course in blood hematology over the last few days, a little bit here and there. I can only process so much information, but it really does help me process it by taking it slow and not overwhelming my brain with so much information at once. Would you actually believe I'm going to be early today? I'm in that much pain that I was not trying to take my time to get out of the house. I want this fixed. I want to feel better. I want to move forward with my day. And I need my energy to kick in. Stupid crying. Got my... I have a love-hate relationship with my crying and my feelings. I love it because it helps me feel better and it helps me smile afterwards. Like, look at me compared to before my feelings. And feeling your feelings doesn't mean that you're just crying all the time. It's just my way of feeling my feelings. But it's the only outlet that I have right now because I can't work out like I want to. I'm an all or nothing kind of person, and it makes it really hard when I have to be like absolutely slow. I'm an impatient person. These are things I know I want to work on. But having all these symptoms right now, all I want to do is shut down and lay down and rest, because the more I rest, or the more I lay down, the less pain I'm in. But I have to change positions really frequently because I will get in pain laying in one position for too long. My favorite thing to do is just sleep through it all. That's my favorite thing to do, is just sleep through it all. Because when I sleep, I'm no longer really feeling it all the time. Unlike when I'm sitting upright or standing, I have gravity going against my body, hurting me, pulling on muscles and ligaments that are out of place, and it's making all my muscles spasm. And there's so much spasm right now in my right here, in my back, my entire middle back, thoracic, upper back. I have ribs out at the top. I have a migraine headache started from like a pulling down on my spinal cord, or a squishing of my spinal cord somewhere. It's pressing on my spinal cord. It's putting tension on my spinal cord. And I feel the pulling in my freaking brain. I have a freaking concussion type issue, but it's more like a pulling and suctioning down on my spinal cord. I'm not getting enough spinal fluid flowing through certain parts of my spine. It's kind of clogged up like a freaking traffic jam in my body. Best way I can try and describe it is just there's so much stuff going up and down the spinal cord that I can feel it when it's off. It's uncomfortable. The pain and sensations I feel from the inflammation and the spasms is so uncomfortable. I don't even know how to describe it, but I can tell the difference between inflammation, muscle spasm, nerve pain. It is all very distinct now. Whereas before, it wasn't as distinct and it was harder to understand and feel it. Now, I can feel everything. And I swear that this patch is like more pronounced in fibromyalgia. I'm more hypergesia. I can't say these medical terminology. They're freaking difficult. It's pronounced, and I'm trying to enunciate and pronounce these words. Hypergesia. I think that's correct. I have to look at the word to try and pronounce it correctly, and I'm not looking at it right now, so it's hard for me to pronounce these words without looking at them. But Gesia, like hyper is like, hyper moving. That's why hypermobile. So mobile, when you're moving, is mobility. So when you put those, words together, hyper mobility, hyper over is like extra dramatic. It's more sensitive. And my threshold for pain is just like so high but low at the same time. It's this patch like is different. It's different because it's not a full-on opioid. It's an opioid but not an opioid. It's actually like hundreds of thousands. I think it's hundreds. I think that's what my friend said when he was looking it up. He said it's like 100 times more potent than morphine. But it acts differently than a full-on opioid like morphine. It just acts differently. This medication being absorbed in my skin. It just acts differently. I wish I need to see my freaking pain management doctor. The pain patch doctor. Really, he's just the pain patch doctor. He refuses to treat anything else. And he refuses to use any other treatment. It's either this patch or nothing. I get this or nothing. So, this is better than nothing. But it's changed my pain pattern. It's made it so I can feel it, so I don't overdo it. But it's made it so it excuse me for all my spitting. It's just a lot of my drainage and my spinal fluid and stuff is kind of clogged up in my brain because I started crying, and the pressure brings the pressure up in my brain to push out the tears and crying. I didn't do my sinus rinse this morning to try and help unclog it. Running the yellow lights. Didn't need to do that, but I hate it when it gets to that point where right at the light and it turns yellow, so you have to either slam on your brakes or just power through it. It was unsafe for me to slam on my brakes with a dog in the car. And I really didn't want to slam on the brakes either. That is a potential for rear end accidents, which I've had 5 or 6 of because people like to hit the back of my freaking vehicle. So I try to prevent that at all costs. And if it means a ticket or running a light because I don't want to have an accident, then so be it. I'd rather take the fine. That's just me. I don't want to hurt myself or hurt my dog by slamming on the brakes and giving myself and her whiplash. I should have gone down the other way. All these Starbucks people So I have to cut through this place called Kaiser Station. It's a really northern part of Salem. It's another city altogether, but it's like it runs into Salem, or like just blends into basically. I just feel like it's Salem. It's extended Salem. North Salem. I actually grew up in North Salem, and then before my parents moved to the town that they're in, we used to live here in Kaiser, not too far from this Kaiser station, but the traffic got horrendous. They built way too many freaking apartments here. They tore down like a huge freaking orchard that was behind my parents' house, and that's what my parents loved about it. And they, the people behind us were like, "Yeah, we'll never sell our property." Yeah. Well, in the height of the freaking selling boom of freaking people moving, and the property values were so freaking high, I don't think things are ever going to lower again. We're stuck with this inflation rate, and that sucks. Thank you, Biden inflation. Which honestly, I think it started with Trump, but Trump likes to not admit to anything he did wrong during his presidency. And there's a whole lot of Trump supporters out there, let me tell you. I know. I'm friends with quite a few of them. They're more Republican, and so they're going to just go with any Republican candidate. Well, everybody loves Trump for some damn reason. I only liked him because he wasn't a politician. Well, now he's a politician, and I don't like him. And I am kind of scared for our country if he gets elected again, I'm not going to lie. But we need somebody that's going to toughen up our freaking country. We're a bunch of freaking softies. So there is that. I am an independent. I don't believe in two-party systems. I am not rooting for Trump. I am not rooting for whoever is. I think it's going to be Kamala. I don't. Are we ready for our woman president? Like, I would love to see a woman president, because I would love to see how that would stir up the world. I really would. I would really love to see what would happen if we had a woman president. And I think she's black. I don't know her heritage. I'm sorry, guys. I don't follow politics, and I don't follow the people that run very well. I only know Trump because he was the freaking TV personality for a long time, and I watched a little bit of it, but I didn't watch very much, honestly. And before he was president and stuff, I had a Facebook memory came up the other day. I gotta make this story quick. I'm almost to my chiropractor. Got a wave to go, so I had to wave back. Thanks. Yeah. So there was a thing going around where it's like, Trump your cat, and because of his toupee, like, it was way before he was president. It was like 8 or 9 years ago. It was Trump your cat, and you get all your cat's leftover fur that's like shed throughout the house, and you put it on the top of the head like a toupee. I thought it was freaking hilarious, but people absolutely despise the man, so I really didn't want to reshare that memory, but I thought it was hilarious. I don't think it would have been hilarious, though, if I would have posted it, and if he gets president, I don't know what he's going to change about social media. It's going to be ridiculous. I don't know how things are going to go if he's elected. I'm kind of scared. I really am. I don't know how things are going to change. 10 minutes early. I should go in there instead of wrapping up this video. Just wrap it up and be like, bye, peace, and hang up out of here. But I'm going to finish this video off with my story. I did finish the Trump thing. My goal for today is to feel better from this chiropractor appointment, and then to call for urgent care. I am so tired of this inflammation and pain. I wasn't feeling it so much the day I went and saw my Chiro, or saw my my primary, because I saw my Chiro right beforehand and I was fixed, but my pain has been relentless, with the numbness and tingling in my arms going down to my hands really freaking bad over the last freaking 2 weeks. This inflammation is pissing me off. Pissing me off to no bother. I'm getting sick of it because I have stuff I want to do and it's interrupting my flow of life. As much as I hate how the steroids are going to freaking bloat me up, cause so much swelling and edema because the inflammation is still there, but it's going to cut down on the inflammation and I'm just going to feel the swelling in other places. I'm just that much more aware because my connective tissue being broken down because of these adjustments on the repeat. Because I keep moving things and it's just creating more and more hypermobility and instability without me strengthening things. I need to strengthen my muscles. So when you're in this much pain every single day, it makes it really hard. So I'm going to get on the steroids and you're going to be seeing a lot more happier of me. I'm going to get more accomplished. I'm going to have the energy to fight through whatever small pains I will feel once I get on the steroids. I just have to make sure they don't interact with this patch, and I don't think they do, but I will be seeking a doctor's advice and we will work through what I can and can't take. And as long as I can take my damn steroids, that's all that matters to me. That's all I want. I'm not going to you to do anything except for, I want a nerve conduction test. I should have brought that up with my doctor. I need a nerve conduction test. And I just wasn't thinking on my Monday appointment. I was just happy. I wasn't feeling crummy. I was just ready to do my thing Monday. And got a whole bunch of things done Monday. Tuesday, yesterday, I didn't get as much done, but I got some things around the house done. Even with my pain and inflammation starting yesterday. But with me seeing the chiropractor as much as I am right now, like 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week, is keeping my body in an influx of instability where it's just creating inflammation. And then the sugar and stuff I'm eating is creating more inflammation, so I really need to just go to a bland diet right now and not enjoy food and just eat what I know is safe and live on that. I'm going to have to go back to just like protein shakes for right now, maybe some tuna for protein, because I need to build my muscle up slowly and surely. So that is my plan, guys. That is my plan of action. I need to have a purpose to work towards, and my purpose is to get this inflammation to calm the F down so I can do my exercises, so I can do things around the house, so I can be functional. Right now I'm not very functional. My pain is keeping me from doing my activities that I really want to enjoy. No matter how, no amount of meditation is going to help me exactly right now. It won't help me until I get this taken care of. So thank you all for joining me. Thanks for feeling feelings with me today. And remember, really, just that's what PTSD is: trapped feelings and trapped experiences that you're unwilling to deal with and unwilling to do what it takes to work through and resolve your pain, your heartache, your grief, your stress. Working out, therapy, these kind of things are just really what helps. So keep at it and never give up on yourself, because you're worth it. You're worth it. Peace out.